Here we go. I got it. I got it. Who, who, who could you be, or what could you accomplish this week if you didn't hesitate? If you decided to leave hesitation right here tonight, right? Leave hesitation, abandon hesitation just for this coming week. What could you get done? What could you accomplish? Who could you be come this time next week? Let's think about that for a moment. Let's think about that for a couple moments, right? Who are you without hesitation? Who are you without the pump faking? Who are you when you actually show up for yourself? When you actually see things through? When you actually, when you actually keep your word to yourself? Packing your clothes. Hey, I ain't mad at you. The beard is, it's coming in, man. I appreciate you. It's on the way. So, again, that's what I want to talk about, right? Hesitation, right? Let's talk about that, right? We hesitate so much that it's crazy. Just think about it. Think about how many times you wanted to do something for yourself and you thought your way out of it, right? You hesitated, you pump faked, you did this, you did that, right? Just think about that. Imagine what you could accomplish just this coming week. If you go into tomorrow, if you go into Monday and say, you know what, no hesitation this week. When I get inspired to do something, I'm taking action immediately, right? When I feel like I want to speak up for myself, when I want to stand up for myself, you immediately take action. What would that look like, right? If you get inspired to whatever it might be, right? Whatever that thing is you want to do, right? If you've been procrastinating on eating better, on getting moving physically, right? Whatever it might be, on having a particular conversation, on making a particular call, right? You've been wanting to speak to so-and-so, but you've been pump faking. You keep saying, I need to have a conversation with so-and-so. I need to reach out to so-and-so. I really need to do so-and-so. I want to invest some time into so-and-so this week, right? Man, I really want to do this, but I'm not sure where to start, right? And then next thing you know, life starts lifing, and then you get in your own way, right? Just think about that. Just think about that. Imagine what you could accomplish. My alarm is going crazy. Imagine what you could accomplish if you stopped hesitating. Just think about just this week, right? There's some things that you've been promising yourself that you're going to do on Monday, right? It's always Monday. I'm gonna start my diet on Monday. I'm gonna start job hunting on Monday. I'm gonna do my first post, my first video, my first live stream. I'm gonna start working on the book on Monday. And then Monday comes and then Monday goes, and then Monday comes and then Monday goes. What if you actually showed up for yourself this week? What if you actually kept your word to yourself this week? Imagine what you could get done. I'm gonna dive in a little bit, and I want to answer some questions, right? My brother on here, he said the beard is fire. Somebody's packing their clothes. Let's see. Okay, wait, let's see. I'm not gonna try to pronounce your name, because I don't want to insult anybody, but I can read this part. I'm a procrastinator. I need help getting it fixed. Message me. I can give you some things to do that if you really want to stop procrastinating, I can give you some things to do to turn that around immediately, right? Immediately. Here's the funny thing, right? That goes right along with what I'm talking about, right? So I'm a procrastinator. That's the problem right there, first and foremost, right? Why? Don't stop owning that. You've in the past had a habit of procrastinating, but now you're going to develop the habit of being an action taker, being a doer, right? Being a person that executes. Instead of saying, look, all grown-ups on here, right? I get shit done. I'm no longer a procrastinator. I get shit done, right? What if you start declaring that and you start embodying that? You start showing up with that, right? You wear that shirt. I get shit done, right? Listen, I makes it happen. That's what I do. I used to be a procrastinator. I used to have a habit of procrastinating. Now I have a habit of not hesitating, not pump faking. I have a habit of getting shit done, right? We could turn that around immediately, right? Immediately. Miss Peaches said, I'm feeling good. I'm feeling good when I'm not BSing. So think about that. So look at what she just said. I'm feeling good when I'm not BSing. And for today, we're going to take BSing as I'm hesitating, or I'm not showing up for myself, right? I'm BS. So when I'm not BSing, when I'm keeping my word to myself, when I'm showing up in my full glory, when I'm walking in my greatness, I feel good. So that tells me that I have the power to bring in that good feeling. It's up to me. So Miss Peaches said, I don't need what's the name to do anything. I don't need the weather to be a certain way. I don't need the politicians to do a certain thing. I don't need my children to do anything a certain way. I feel good when I'm not BSing. I love that. I love the personal responsibility that's in that, because you didn't say I feel good when Reese stops BSing. I feel good when I'm not BSing. So that's what I'm saying. What if we stop BSing this week? The sun decided to come through. What if we decide to stop BSing this week, right? What if we did that? That's what I'm talking about. Let's see. Oh, that's my sister. Blah, 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 blah. So that's, think about it. All right, this is what I want you to think about, right? Think about this, right? What's one thing that if you kept your word and did this one thing this week that could change the trajectory of your life? What's one thing? Like, do me a favor if you can, right? Not if you're driving or something like that. No, but if you're sitting still, do me a favor. Just in the comments, what's one thing you could do this week that could literally transform your life? And while I'm waiting, I'm gonna say this to you, right? There's no such thing as a small step, right? There's no such thing as a small step. Every step forward is ginormous, right? Because every step forward is moving you that much closer to becoming the person that you want to become. And a decision is a step. Oh, that's a good one right there. That's a t-shirt. A decision is a step. So if you make a decision right now, per this interaction, that you're going to move that you're going to face another direction and begin to move that way, that's powerful. My mentor, right? He says, we go in the direction that we face, right? Just think about that. We go in the direction that we face. So if the things that you desire are over here, but your time, energy, effort, and attention is over here, it's never going to happen. But if right now you say, you know what, the hell with that. Let me shift my focus and let me face in the direction that I actually want to go. That could literally change the game. Because now, instead of focusing on things that aren't moving you in the direction that you want to go, now you're facing the way you want to go, and now you can evaluate what's in front of you. And now, most importantly, you can see the next right step. The next right step. And remind me, I need to come back to the next right step. S&J Property Group says, I'm trying to get in, but I can't. I don't know what's going on. I'm not sure. Maybe I'm not sure. Let's see. Ooh, what if my desires are all over the place? I want so much right now. Okay, that's a good one. That's in alignment with what I was just saying, right? So, next right step, right? Next right step. A lot of times, we want to see the next 38 steps all mapped out, right? We want to see, how am I going to get? Okay, I see the mountain. I think I want to climb that mountain, but I can't see the path from where I am all the way up. So until I see it, I'm just going to sit here. No. And to your point, even if your desires are all over the place, right? I want so much now. Okay, that's awesome. But I guarantee you, if you take a look at it, there's a through line, right? There's something that would move you forward in all of those areas, because I'm sure, right, if your desires are all over the place, it may just seem that way. You should hit me up, because I promise, if we have a conversation, we can peel back the layers and we can find a through line. We can find a way forward, right? Just think about it. We can find a way forward. And if you're unsure, pick one and let's work on that one this week. And worst case scenario, you realize, that wasn't quite the one. but that wasn't quite it, right? So I respect that your desires being all over the place. Trust me, I'm a product of that, right? But what I'm learning is to concentrate on the next right step, right? I can see directly in front of me. And the beautiful thing about that, that's always doable, right? The next right step is always doable. Maybe I can't climb the mountain the way that I want to, but I can at least, like I said, the example I gave, I can turn and face it, and I can begin to look at it and evaluate it, right? And then the next thing I can do is I can take one step in that direction. And then I can maybe, start to think about, well, who's a good mountain climber? Who's been this way before? Who can I connect with? Who can I trust? Or who do I need to learn how to trust, right? As I go down this journey. Okay, this is when I have to go on my own. Okay, so where do I need to skill up and level up, right? How do I need to show up for this particular mission, right? So there's a lot of things that we can do literally immediately. So I love that you have these desires and they're all over the place. It seems that they're all over the place, but sometimes there's, how do I want to say it? There's a lead domino, right? There's that one thing that if you do that, sometimes that can eliminate the need for some of those other things. So you might have 10 things on your list. I want to do but if you really look at it, and I'm telling you, we should have a conversation, because this is something that I'm gifted in. We can look at these 10 things on your list and we may say, well, actually, number 7 takes care of number 1 and 1, 2, 3, and 4. And then it's like, bing, oh shoot, wait a minute. And then we focus on 7, and that's that lead domino, and everything else just starts to, you get what I'm saying? That's me as well. Pardon me, y'all. My puppy is trying to get over here. But so I get it. I'm glad that everyone, that you guys have these desires, right? Because I have conversations with some people and they don't want much out of life, right? Life has kicked their ass so bad that they're just, right? The fact that you guys have desires and they're all over the place, that's amazing. And now, so here's the question, right? What can you do immediately, right? What can you do this week, right? Tonight, tomorrow, what can you do immediately? What action can you take that to move you a step closer to one of those desires, right? And whichever one comes to mind, that's the right one. Right? You don't need to know the right one, the perfect one, because there's no such thing. I appreciate the shares. I appreciate the likes. You guys rock. So, oh, wait a minute. I got a message here. Guest. One guest request. My bad, SJ. I didn't even see the request, but it has you in. Okay, write things down. Okay, I love that. So one beautiful thing about writing things down is that, wait a minute. One of the beautiful things about writing things down is that writing is beautiful because it's focused thinking, right? My guy, what up? One sec. Writing is focused thinking. So when you go to write things down, you're zooming in, and it's like, okay, what do I want to write? And listen, and don't overthink it. Whatever comes to mind, write that down. Even if it seems like huge, even if it's like Mount Everest, and it's like, how the hell am I going to climb that mountain? Who cares? You have interest in climbing Everest? Write down, I want to climb Mount Everest. We'll work out the details, right? That'll come later. So yes, I love writing it down. So spend some time doing that this evening, right? Take a few minutes and say, and if you're an electronic person, if you want to plug it in your notes app or wherever, great. If you're a pen to paper person, hey, go for it. But write it down. What would winning look like for me? If I really zoned out, if I really gave it my all, if I really stopped hesitating and really, really went forward and focused on execution, what could I accomplish? What could I get done? Right? And really lean into it and just let it go. Right? Just let it go. Don't overthink it. Don't talk yourself. Listen, I've been there before. I go to write down what I want to do. Okay, these are my goals for this month. And then I want to go write it down. And I start talking myself out of it because maybe that thing I wanted to write seemed big. And it's like, well, I'm on an account. Well, maybe I could. And then if I could, and right, I'm killing myself. I'm killing my dreams. I'm killing my goals. Right. So write it down. Don't care how big it is. Erica said, absolutely. Thanks for tapping in. Let's see. Okay. My first thought is clean my kitchen tonight. I'm so corny. No, let's talk about that. Cleaning my kitchen. Listen, if you're, it, listen, if things are a mess around you, if there's clutter or if there's something that's bothering you, that's a heavy thorn in your side. So cleaning up is a big deal. I tell people that all the time. No, get some order up in here. Clean that crap up. So that's a big deal, because what happens is if you put that off and you start thinking about what it is you want to do, there's something in you that's going to say, well, how you going to sit down and work on your book when that kitchen need to be clean? Stop, Rocky. How you going to sit down and do that? Because that kitchen, listen, I've been hijacked so many times by housework. So many times I need to do this, but oh, look at this right here. To your point, oh, I need to clean up that kitchen. Oh man, I need to sweep down the steps. Oh, I need to What? You need to do that right now. The time that you allotted to work on your book. Now you need to wash the dishes. So get that. Yeah. Listen, turn your music on, right? Crank that thing up and get that kitchen together. If you got some help in the house, get some help and get that thing done. But yeah, don't let that be the thing that stops you from working on your dream. Right? Because the kitchen didn't be all right, but that can throw you off. I've been there. Right? The vision, the execute. Exactly. And we need to do that, right? Like, gone are the days of saying the stuff that sounds good, right? Gone are those days. Yes, write that shit down and let's go, right? Get you an accountability partner. If you need an accountability coach, holler at me. Listen, I'll stay on you. Yo, you said you was going, what's up? You said you was going, wait, where is it? You said you was going to get that to me. Where's that? Let's go. If you need that push, get at me. I got you. Absolutely. Listen, Rocky is out here. Listen, he need parts. He doing stuff to try to get my attention. SJ, what up?
That's good. That's good. I was listening. I'm letting you cook. I'm loving it. So I'm just like, I don't even know why I even requested. I'm like, yo.
Oh, you know you there. You there. You keep you help me stay safe. Come here, buddy.
Yeah.
What up? You wanted to add something?
I wanted to speak about that.
Tell us your thing. Tell us yours.
What?
Tell us yours. What's the one thing that you need to execute on this week? What's the one thing that can move you forward this week? What's your one thing?
My paragraph. I'm doing two more paragraphs for my ebook. I'm gonna start. I'm gonna do that. You know, I'm just constantly writing and trying to put.
By when? That's gonna be completed by when?
Listen, I'm definitely gonna complete it by my birthday. I got 184 pages.
I'm talking about these two paragraphs for this week. We talking about what we're gonna do immediately, not the whole mountain. Not the whole mountain.
That's gonna be done by tomorrow morning, early.
Okay. So tomorrow evening at some point, right? Me and you gonna talk anyway, but we're gonna check in, right?
Yeah, of course.
Matter of fact, I want to see a post about that.
Oh,
right?
You know it. See, this is what I'm talking about. That's why I love that. That's why my brother, man. Yeah, you gotta have an accountability, bro. You gotta have an accountability, man.
That's right. So all right. So we're gonna hold you to that. You wanted to say something else?
No, I wanted to talk about that comment regarding, having so many desires and they want it now, right? And we all felt like that, right? We see the big picture. We all felt like, but I always look at it like when you're going to a trip, right? If you're going to Jamaica tomorrow, not say tomorrow, let's say you're going to Jamaica in a week, right? Your anticipation is not in going to that trip. The anticipation is during the trip, right? What you're gonna wear, going shopping, doing all these little things. That's the way anticipation is. Just like Christmas, your anticipation is not the gift itself. It's going to sleep, getting ready, and just imagining what gifts you're gonna get. So it's the steps like you were talking about. That's the real joy, right?
So you're saying the joy is in the process.
It's the process, the hope that's where the real joy and the whole happiness and satisfaction comes through the process of that step. what you're going to do tomorrow, what you're going to do next week, what you're going to, that's where all that's the true manifestation, right? Because that's where the happiness lies. As long as you feel good, because again, when you get to that trip, or when you get to that bag of money, or when you get to that car, you're thinking you're going to be happy in the possession of it, right? But you could be happy now, right? You could be happy and joyful now, right? So those steps in betweens are is what I'm talking about. That's where the real excitement is, I believe.
You just listen. Who was it? I think it was Miss Peaches that said it. You know, I feel better when I'm not BSing, right? I'm feeling good when I'm not BSing. So essentially, that's what feeling good. You just said it with happiness. Like I could be happy now. Yes, I'm climbing this mountain, and yes, my goal is at the top of this mountain. I want to get up there, plant my flag, and reap the rewards of climbing this mountain. But the climb, I can be joyous on the climb. I can enjoy the climb. I can be happy from here to there. I don't have to wait. I don't have to postpone or put off my happiness until. So to your point, right? The preparation, the making ready, all of it matters. All of it matters. And if we so choose, to her point, if we stop BSing, if we stop pump faking, if we show up, if we keep our word to ourselves, that's a good feeling, right? So we can enjoy the process, even when we fall on our face, even when I get halfway up the mountain and I fall halfway back down, and I get up and now my arm, now I gotta climb up in a sling because this arm is broken, and I'm making it up there in a sling. I'm still feeling good. I'm still happy and enjoying it.
Right. If like you said, you could have a nice feast in front of you. You're not going to. You ever ate something that was so good and you didn't even know that you chewed? Like the happiness is in the chew. You know what I mean? Like it's the chewing. It's the enjoying of the taste buds. It's the whole process.
Happiness is in the chew.
I like in the chew. You know, so I believe that it's time for us to. The main thing you were talking about was the hesitation, right? You were talking about the procrastination, right? That was the main topic, and I think that the hesitation is. The hesitation is the perception of what we feel is going to happen if we do take action.
Mm-hmm. So say that one more time. Say that one more time.
Our hesitation is our perception of what we feel would happen if we take action.
So we're overthinking, which is, listen, I'm the president, right? So we're like, okay, if I do this, then this is gonna happen, and if this is gonna happen, and if I do this, then this is gonna happen. But I'm sitting here, I ain't get my butt up to figure it out, and then I'm trying to get clarity. I'm trying to map out the perfect path from here. I'm sitting for a reason. I'm a stand-up. I'm literally sitting for a reason.
Speak on it.
You know what I mean? And so it's like, no, get up and go. Marie Forleo, right? One of my favorite quotes, right? Clarity comes from engagement, not thought. That means get up, get out, do something, try something. My bro, thanks for tapping in. He said, I'm going to get my second day of walking in tomorrow. You know, got a new leg, got to put in work, right? For those that don't know, my brother is an amputee, got a new leg, and he has to do his exercise so he can get comfortable with that. So, my brother, do me a favor. When you make a post after you do your walk or while you're walking, make a post and please tag me on it. Because you said you got to get your second day in, and tomorrow's a beautiful day to get that in, rain or shine. Erica said, exactly. I'm happy in the process. She's laughing. I truly enjoy every step. Absolutely. So listen, that challenge you're having with procrastination, first of all, welcome to the club, right? That's something that I can definitely help you with, right? You send me a message. Yes, please tag me on that video. Please. Miss Peaches said, yes, trying to get it right without getting up. I need it right. We're gonna figure out the whole way up the mountain from here, from our seat. No, get up and start climbing. You know how you're gonna realize you need different shoes? By going up there with your Jordan 1s on and realize, these flat sneaks ain't gonna get it. I need something else going up this mountain, right? And then go up there in a t-shirt and realize, I didn't know the weather was gonna change up there. Oh man, I need a coat in my bag because it's warm down here, but halfway up the climate change. But from here, We got to get up and try some things and do some things. And the beauty of that is when you make a promise to yourself, when you keep your word to yourself, what you're doing is you're increasing your self-esteem and you're developing a healthier relationship with yourself. Don't you trust me more when I keep my word? If I say I'm gonna call you at 7 and at 7 your phone rings, oh man. And then if I say, I'm gonna call you tomorrow at 4, and then your phone rings at 4, and then I say, I'm gonna call you back the next morning at 10, and then your phone rings at 10, think about that, you trust me. But if I say I'm gonna call you at 7 and your phone doesn't ring, if I say I'm gonna call you at 10 and your phone doesn't ring, and that's what we do. Hey Reese, I'm gonna call you, and then I don't call me. And now I don't trust me. And that's where a lot of us are, right? And then we get stuck in that, right? And then what happens is the people, places, and things that we like to blame, things start to happen. Or you run into someone like me who refuses to accept excuses and blame, right? Who is 1,000% about personal responsibility. And then you start to look at yourself and then it's like, oh man, I've been procrastinating. I've been pump faking. I've been lying to myself. Man, I said for the last 32 Mondays I was going to start and I haven't started. This is on me. This isn't on my mom. This isn't on my teenager. This isn't on my significant other. This isn't on the weather. This is really, but then there's beauty in that. There's power in that because then that means I get to fix it, right? Because that means I get to show up and fix it. So again, who are you minus the hesitation?
I say, right. I say, the bill for the process is the bill for the process is expensive, but it's temporary. But the bill of regret is generational.
Listen.
So my thing is this, is that and I told you this before, Reese, is, I used to work in the senior population, and I'm always going to senior centers all the time. This is before I quit my job. And the look of regret and the smell of regret is in those senior centers because they will tell you a story and a half about how they couldn't, wouldn't, shouldn't, should have done, what it could have done. I could have done that, and and it's all in there, right? So again, for me, hesitation is a problem. Procrastination is a problem, but I don't want to be regret. I don't want to feel regret. I just don't want to feel that. And I think that's another reason why I say you need accountability partners to place that like mirror in front of you, like it's go time. Yeah. Otherwise, I'm gonna have regret, and then I'm gonna feel like, like I shoulda, coulda, didda, and have stories about it.
Yeah. So let's look at that, right? He's talking about seniors, but let's, think about us. Next Sunday, right? When we are looking back on this week, we don't want to have any regret. We ain't even gonna fast forward 30 years, right? Let's at the end of the night when we're finished with the day, when our head hits the pillow, let's not have any regret. So let's say, you know what? I want to eliminate regret from my life. Damn. Hold on, we gotta sit with that for a second. So a couple years ago, I remember one of my New Year's resolutions was I'm removing all gray from my life. Not this gray, right?
Oh, I'm about to say.
I'm removing all gray. And here's what it is. I didn't want any people, places, or things that were ambiguous, right? That I wasn't sure who was what or where did they fit. No. I wanted it to be either burning hot or ice cold, right? I didn't want anything lukewarm in my life. And if there were people who I wasn't certain, I wasn't sure where they stood, then I had to excommunicate them, right? I had to create some space, some distance from them. I didn't want anything gray or anyone gray in my life because that's too taxing. Because if we're friends, great. And if we're enemies, great. But if I'm not sure, that's a waste of my energy, and my time and energy is too valuable to be trying to figure out who are you and where do you? So I worked really, really hard to remove gray from my life. But now, y'all, I need y'all to go on this mission with me, right? Let's remove regret completely from our lives. Let's not be those people in 30, 40, 50 years when we're at the senior center or whatever ours will look like, saying, damn, back in 23, the boy came on and was talking about, and I still didn't, blah. Right? And look, we're not going to wait that far because we can't think in terms of that far, but we can think in terms of tonight, right? We can think in terms of tonight. Tonight, when I go to bed tonight, I don't want to have any feelings of regret. Tomorrow night, same thing. All right, no regret. So then I'm going to think thoughts, speak words, and take actions that move me in that direction. So look, think about, imagine that being a daily goal. Those of you who have all these different desires and these different goals and these things you're trying to accomplish. So it's not clear, right? The path is unclear, but this is clear. No regret. At the end of every day, that's my goal. What's your goal for the day? To not have any regret, to live fully, to keep my word to myself. I don't want to have any regret at the end of the day. I want to have, and another one of my mentors, he says, the most valuable thing you can do, or one of the biggest goals you can have, is to have a clear conscience. And that's what we're saying. I never want to be at the end of the day like, man, I could have gave a little more. Man, I could have. Man, I should have. Man, I would have. To Sean's point. So look, on a daily basis, y'all, a clear conscience, no regret. Every night. Imagine what that looks like in 60 days. Imagine what that looks like in 9 months, at the end of this year, in a few months. Imagine come New Year's when we're ready to toast and celebrate, right? If we really, really commit ourselves to that, no regret, clear conscience. I gave my all today. I'm going to go ahead and sleep good because I left it on the floor. Yo, that my temperature going up. That's crazy. But yeah. that's the mission now, right?
The mission.
That's the mission now. No regrets. So that's what we're talking about. Stop hesitating. Stop pump faking. Stop thinking your way out of something, because you don't want to be those people at the senior center telling me, man, I had the opportunity to ... I had this idea to ... Yes, every damn day. Why not? Here's the thing. You're going to have days where you come up short, like, I could have, man, I missed it. This happened, that happened. That's okay. But then the goal is the same the next day. No regrets. No regrets. No regrets. And if you attack it with that as the goal, your outlook on everything is going to be different. Your level of procrastination is going to dip, because you don't want to, you want to get away. Procrastination and you aren't even going to be able to occupy the same space, because no, right? You'll begin to smell procrastination. I always use that example. If you come in a room and, what is that? You ever walk in the house and something's a little, what's that? Check the trash can. What is it? Something's off. Procrastination will begin to stink, and you'll begin to smell. Whoa. And then you'll start to catch yourself pump faking, right? You'll catch yourself. Yeah, I'm supposed to be doing this, but yeah, let me scroll a little bit, and you'll smell. Let me put this damn phone down and do what I said I was going to do, because you'll start to smell it. So yes, make that goal every day.
And I think it's important for you to have a circle of individuals that could be able to tap into your temperature, right? Because sometimes you may smell, you may be immune to your own smell, right? You may be immune to you not giving it your all or putting it on the floor. So you may need somebody to check your temperature every now and then and say, listen, no, you're off, right? You could do better than that, right? Those people who will guide you in the right direction. So you got to check your circle of influence. Like, you got to check your circle of people who are around you, because you may be walking around people who are immune to your smell and be like, that's just her. That's just how she is.
Who let you off the hook? Exactly.
Yeah.
I don't want nobody to let me off the hook. I want you to challenge me.
Right. So I'm just saying, it's important to have at least one in your circle, instead of having enablers around you, being okay to you not, doing the best that you can. Right.
Ooh, being okay with you. Exactly. So make the connections, do what you need to do to, like he said, to invite those people, to welcome those people into your life, and open yourself up. And look, do something publicly, right? I challenge everybody to post something on their story. If you're a video person, do that. If it's words, whatever, I challenge you to post on your story, this week, I'm going to accomplish ... I challenge y'all, and please tag me if you do it. This week, I'm going to do ... And please tag me, because I'm the one. I'm going to hit you up. And if you really want to make something happen, I'm telling you, get the help. If you have people in your life, put them to work. Hold them accountable to keeping you accountable, right? Make them accountable to keep you accountable. And if you don't have those people in your life, message me. I got you. She said, right, that's my peeps. That's something to think about because I definitely need a new circle. Listen, and the beautiful thing is it can just start with yourself, right? You don't have to just, just throw everybody in the trash. But what you can do is you can start to limit your exposure to these people, right? You can start to step away, right? You can turn off the notifications for the group chat. You can not pick up, or you can make the phone call 7 minutes instead of 37 minutes, right? You can start to, and then you can check who are you following, right? What's your timeline look like? When you open up your app, what's showing up, right? What's the algorithm showing you? And if it's a bunch of garbage, there's a setting where you can reset your algorithm and you can start over, right? You can start searching for things that are feeding you positivity, right? And if you're really ready to go up, if you're ready to make a quantum leap and you don't got time for tiptoeing because you got some things you need to accomplish ASAP, message me. I got you.
Yeah.
That's who I am. That's what I do.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of ways to navigate the new circle situation, right? Because sometimes you got to be isolated, but sometimes you can be right in the mix with everybody else and you can be transforming before their eyes. You can be transforming. So there's a lot of ways to navigate that. We ain't gonna wait 6 months trying to figure that piece out, and then we could be done change the whole situation. We can be on mountain number 5 by then.
Right.
Any questions I can answer about anything before I bail? See, and while I'm waiting, right, SJ, did you want to throw anything in there before I share this thought?
Nope.
Okay, so it's funny. I was like, okay,
I'm sitting. I'm front and center.
appreciate it. So I was in here, and it was a busy day for us. My son had flag football, and we were ripping and running. But I came and I did catch the end of that Sixers game. It was cool. I'm like, all right, it's another game later. I can get a couple things done. I looked outside. I'm like, oh, it's nice. Let me go make a couple videos. And then something said, just go live. You're better at live streams anyway than making them videos, right? You kind of whack on the videos. And I'm like, well, I started, and I'm like, nah, screw that. Grab my tripod, boom, 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 plug this puppy in, and went. That was me not hesitating because I almost talked myself out of it. And somebody received a blessing from this, right? And look, had I not showed up, that person's blood would have been on my hands. So that's how important you guys are, right? And I wanted to bring this up, right? Yo, you matter on such a huge level. You matter in a huge way. And so your hesitation, your procrastination, your pump faking, you not keeping your word to yourself, it's having a ripple effect in a negative way. Just like we're talking about finding that lead domino to move things in a positive direction. When you do these things, when you don't show up for yourself, it's having a negative impact, right? On you, on the people that are watching you, right? The people that you're assigned to help, right? And whatever it is, you don't have to be a person like myself or like Sean who does this sort of work, right? Whatever it might be. But when you don't show up, you're shortchanging the rest of us. You have something that I need. You might have the thing that I've been waiting for that I need to unlock my greatness. That's going to get me in front of the right people. But you over here playing. You pump faking. You're going to do it next time. No, you're important. You're valuable. Just listen. My son is in there. He just came peeking at the door. I don't know if y'all seen him, right? But he sees me doing this and it encourages him, right? That matters. My neighbor's window is open and they're listening to me talk right now. Right? That matters. You never know. I may be sitting here and not in my office, right? Because they needed to hear what I needed to say. The people across the back right there, they're on the porch listening, right? I'm talking to y'all, but I really could be talking to them. But what if I didn't show up? What if I came out here and did one of my little ... videos, right? Y'all laugh at my videos, but I don't care, right? I'm working on it, right? But this is me. This is better. What if I didn't show up, right? What if I would have said out loud, man, I really need to do something. I really need to go live and do something. And then I didn't do it. And my son is in there. He heard me say that. And now he's watching me. And now that makes it okay for him to have something to do and not do it. Yo, everything matters. Everything matters. And I believe that with all my heart. Everything matters. So no questions? So listen. This is what I want to say, right? The mission, the goal, no regrets. Go to bed every night with a clear conscience. right? And that doesn't mean you were perfect. That doesn't mean you had a flawless day. That means you gave it your all. That means you kept your word to yourself, right? That means you left it on the floor, right? When I used to hoop, I would be so mad at myself if we lost a close game. Like if we got bombed, we got bombed. But if we lost by 2-3 points, I would be like, yo, I could have easily made that up. Those 2 plays I took off, that one play when I didn't box out and my man got the tip in, right? That one time I was wide open and I pump faked and I swung it. Or that time you know what I'm saying? I took that terrible shot, got caught up in the moment, or I didn't get back on D that play. But when I give it my all, I left it on the floor.
Right? I agree with that 100%.
I left it on the floor. And that's what I'm talking about. Let's leave it on the floor. Listen, when you hit the showers after the game, when you hit the showers at night, right? When you're ready to lay it down, know that you gave it your all. And that doesn't mean every day is going to be perfect and great. It can be a disastrous day, but that doesn't mean you didn't give your all. I've given my all and everything has gone to shit. That's just how life goes sometimes. Sometimes you plan a beautiful parade and a goddamn thunderstorm shows up. Excuse my expression. But that's not within my control. So what I'm saying is the things that are within your control, invest your time, energy, and effort into controlling them. The things that are outside of your control, that's none of your business. It's none of my business if it pours down raining right now. I can't control that, right? But I can control my attitude about it, the energy that I bring to the situation, right? And how I maneuver when the rain starts, right? I don't get to use an excuse that, oh man, it's raining. So what? Right? So that's our mission. All right. Don't look like I have any questions. No questions, no comments. Appreciate the likes and the comments. Those of you that did tap in, SJ, I appreciate you, my brother. Having you there always is like my security blanket. I really appreciate you. I appreciate all of y'all. Who is Ted? Were you saying this is a TED Talk? Oh yeah, exactly. Don't control the things you can't. Exactly, because we can't anyway. So it's a waste of our time and energy. Right?
Yeah, but I think we have an obsession where we gotta be careful. We have an obsession to what we can't control, and we have an obsession to what we don't want in life. Start being obsessed to what you do want. Once you become obsessed to what you do want and get rid of because you got what you don't want to a science. I probably can have you sit down. You could tell me all day what you don't want and what you don't want in your life and this what you don't want. And you probably can imagine the shit that you don't want. Let's start reversing that. Let's start getting obsessed with the things that we do want. Now, if you don't know what you do want, there goes the conversation. But however, be obsessed with what you do want. What do you want in life? What do you want to accomplish? What do you want to happen? What kind of tree do you want to plant for the next generation? Those are the things you need to be obsessed about because it's easy to be like, I don't want this, that, and the third.
Very important. That's very important. He said, be obsessed with what you want. That's important. And look, she said, don't concentrate your energy on the things that you can't control. So much of our precious energy is focused on things that we can't control. And then when it's time to actually execute, we done used all our gas, right? On stuff that's beyond our control. That's why it's important to have targets. That's why it's important to face in the direction that we want to go. That's why it's important to not hesitate and keep our word to ourselves, because every time we hesitate, that's when we start thinking about crap that does not matter, right? That's outside of our control. So understand. So here's the $1 billion game right here. Every time you look at a situation, right? This is how I think. This is how I process things. When I look at a situation, when I'm faced with something in front of me, the first thing I'm looking at is, okay, obviously after, am I safe, right? I'm not talking about that, obviously, but when I'm looking at a situation, right, and I'm deciding what this situation means to me, first thing I'm saying is, okay, what about this is outside of my control? And I remove those things. Okay, this part is within my control. What can I do, right, to have a positive impact on this? Well, you can ... You can, okay, so then I just move in that direction, right? But if we keep it all together and we're just looking at it as a whole, sometimes it's too big. right? But when we eliminate the things that we can't control, because a lot of times when we have that running together, the the monster's too big, right? And we feel like we can't defeat a monster that size. It's going to eat us. But when we make the separation, and it's like, oh, well, I can't control any of that anyway. Oh, but this I can't. Oh, so it's just a matter of, oh, wait a minute. And then we break it down and we can simplify it. And then what seemed like it was about to eat us and destroy us, I can pick it up and put it on my lap like I just did Rocky, right? It totally transforms the situation. But initially it may look like a ginormous monster that I need to get the hell away from. But then when I look at it from a different perspective and I break it down and I remove those things, it's like, oh, okay. And that works in any situation. I challenge anybody to give me a scenario right now. I guarantee you I can pick that thing apart, boom, 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 and give you a different way to look at it. I challenge somebody to stomp me. I appreciate the love, all that good stuff, guitars and roses and all that good stuff. I really appreciate it. I appreciate the likes. You guys rock. All right. So no questions. I'm a bail in 1 second. SJ, what time are you free tomorrow?
I'm free. What's tomorrow? Monday. I am free. Most of the morning. I'm gonna go out and walk, do my steps and get my steps in or whatever. But after that, I got my little, I have my little my daily huddles with my employees, whatever. But after that, I'm done. I'm good. Whenever you're ready,
Yeah, I'll just message you so we can chat.
Hit me up.
Of course. So let's see. Erica said, "Oh no, okay." So no questions. All right. Well, listen, folks. Enjoy the rest of your Sunday evening. I challenge you guys to clean that kitchen, to write down those goals. I challenge you to, to go hard this week. And by go hard, I don't mean break your neck. I mean, don't hesitate. Keep your word to yourself. That means show up for you, right? Be your own best friend. Be on your own side. You do that and everything is going to change. So remember, that's our mission. No regret. Right? When our head hits the pillow at night, no regret. All right? I appreciate y'all. Have a wonderful evening. And I'll see y'all again. This was fun. Hey, that's my sister right there. Yes, that's our mission, Meek. That's our mission. I'm glad. Thank y'all. Those that got a lot from this, thank y'all. That's who I am. That's what I do. That's the mission, right? It's to show up and give something, right? And look, I almost talked myself out of it, right? And the same thing. What are you talking yourself out of that can be helping someone? My sis just jumped on at the end, and she just caught that little few seconds of the recap, right? And bam, she received something from it. So listen, again, I appreciate y'all. Keep your word to yourself. That's the mission. No regret. Go to bed with a clear conscience. No regret. Love on yourselves.